Hello, everybody. Give a moment to see if we get some people popping in here into the live chat. Might make an adjustment on the settings here. Let's bring up our output a little bit here. Hopefully we can keep a consistent stream. We might battle out there a little bit and come back. Give me one moment. All right. How are we doing tonight, everybody? Storm Chaser Jeff Smith here. Going live a few minutes later than I anticipated. Taking time to kind of look at some things, look at some model runs, looking at radar. We are in northeast Kansas again. We've had some cells popping up. Not expecting anything too drastic. There was some special weather statements on some cells. But kind of over here in northeastern Kansas, moving off to the northeast, we do have some cells popping. So I thought I'd take the opportunity to come out, kind of get on those just to see what comes of them. We're currently in Doniphan County, Kansas. As you see up ahead of me, very dark skies. There's been a lot of convection happening kind of over northeast Kansas, kind of the Brown, Nemaha County area. That's all been moving off to the northeast into southwest, southeast Nebraska, northwest Missouri. There is a chance for some thunderstorms in the area tonight, this evening, so I thought I'd come out and just kind of run with them, see what we can get. Hopefully everybody had a good Tuesday. I know I did. I had to work my adult gig, my full-time job, so we're gonna get over here. We've got a couple of cells pushing up into about the Troy, Kansas area, so I'm gonna get over here on those and just kind of watch those as they come in. Looks like they're moving about 22 miles per hour. A little bit of hail mixed into it. Nothing super significant. About 1/100th of an inch. One moment here, I'm gonna do a little switcheroo and I'll get my side camera going here. Just hang tight. I'm going to get over here, turned around. I'm going to set back across this road here. Kind of watch this cell come in. Just had some pretty good CG lightning come down. We're going to try to get back and monitor this in. Hopefully I can keep the signal here. Might get too far back in here on residential property, but I was thinking maybe I could have got back here on this tower, but we're gonna see if we can't get up here and switch around. Yeah, here we go. Let me get turned around here. So this here's what I'm watching, this L right here. Hopefully you guys can see that. We're gonna do a quick little stream check here, make sure everything's running. Looks like we're buffering a little bit here. There we go. Hopefully y'all are seeing that. So if you're just tuning in, I'm currently up here in northeast Kansas. We're starting to get some wind coming up. Watching these cells come in here. Oh, yeah. Get some nice CG. I'm gonna get out here, try to take some camera footage here. Some rising motion over here in the cloud. Rising motion right here. Definitely beautiful storm. Trying to catch some of the CG lightning for you guys. Beautiful storm. We're going to be getting rained out here momentarily, so we're going to have to move along. This is a beautiful storm. I can see the rain coming in. We're currently looking off to the south west here in Doniphan County, Kansas. Big breeze coming up. Snap some more photos here. Hoping I can get us some CG here, folks. Switch back to camera here. We're going to be getting overtaken by rain here momentarily. This is a beautiful storm. All right. Hey, all right. Don't know if you guys were able to catch any of the CG in this storm here on the stream. I was out taking pictures, but this wall of rain's getting ready to hit us. So we're going to try to get out of this road here. There is a little bit of motion in this storm. Let me check rotation. But there was a little bit of rotation. There is a special weather statement on this, or just to the north of me here. There's probably 4 that cell. Oh no, maybe not. But pretty good storm. We're going to get overtaken by some rain here. So I'm going to be getting ready to move off of this hill here, get out of this rain. Maybe get back ahead of this again, if we can. Yep, here comes the wind and the rain. We're gonna move. We got pretty good wind gusts coming up here. We'll get moved out of this. Jeff, I don't know if anybody's got a copy, but I am live streaming. Decent sales popping up here in northeast Kansas. Out on them. Just had a pretty good one on the stream. A lot of CG lightning on it. Some decent structure. Caught some wind. Heavy rain coming in now, so I'm on a move. Alright, we're going to get out ahead of this a little bit. As you can see up in the horizon there, we're headed back east. Pretty strong updrafts firing up. Up there in the and the sun's hitting that. That's a pretty good updraft there. We're going to move out ahead. Just tuning in. Like I said, kind of an impromptu chase. Wasn't expecting to really get out and about today, but switch back to my front here. As you can see there up in the corner there, pretty good updraft. Pretty strong convection happening in the area. Don't know if it'll amount to mud. That's kind of fluffy. But get to see a little bit of structure, having a good time. Joining me this evening, riding along with me. I appreciate you. Appreciate all the support. We're gonna come back east here a little bit. We'll find a spot, kind of watch over the horizon there. We do have more cells firing off to the kind of the southwest, kind of the Manhattan, Kansas area. I don't know how much we'll really have in terms of storms or anything like that. I know there was a pretty low chance in the area. I think it was like 40% chance. I don't know how quick these will eat up the ingredients in the environment or anything like that. I don't expect anything to last too long or too significant, but that's pretty good updraft there. We're gonna come back into Wathena, Kansas here, and kind of make our way eastbound on 36 highway. And we'll turn back west here at some point and just kind of watch back to the west. I know from last night I saw where areas of northwest Missouri, almost up to the Iowa border there, southern Iowa, there received close to 6 inches or a little better than 6 inches of rain in the last 24 hours. It's a A lot of heavy rainfall, although I'm not surprised. Last night, that cell that I got into just there in Hiawatha, Kansas, was pretty significant rainfall. It was coming down pretty good, ponding on the roadways. Couple decent towering updrafts here. One right in front of us here. That's actually going to be across on the Missouri side. We'll get through town here and then we'll flip back around and face back to the west. Kind of the bad thing of Dauphin County here, your vision along US 36 is kind of obscured with the tree line and stuff like that. Get shifted back over here. Yeah, you can see the updraft there off to the left side of the screen. There's been quite a bit of that this evening, just in different areas of the bubbling upwards into the atmosphere there. We're going to get down here just about between Elwood and Wathena, Kansas here. We'll kind of pull off on a good view area. Kind of in the open there that we can watch. If you are tuning in, like I said, I appreciate it. Don't be afraid to drop a hi or say hello there in the chat. Let me know where you're watching from. Oh yeah. Let me switch to my side cam there. Look at that. Bowen segment there on that line. That's kind of the cell that came over us there when we were a little further west. Get turned around here and kind of further focus back to the focus our view back to the west. So this view here, we're looking off, actually looking off a little bit to the northwest. And then right here, we're looking back to the southwest there. A couple different views for you guys. Got a little bit of inflow happening there. You can see these lower clouds getting pulled into the main cell there. Let me flip back to the front view here. So you can kind of see these clouds right here are getting pulled in towards the main cell. And then back to the southwest, that's what we've got to the southwest of us. So we kind of got two separate areas to keep an eye on here. If you're just tuning in, I'm in Doniphan County, Kansas, right here in northeast Kansas, just on the western edge of Elwood, Kansas. These storms do have some quick motion up to ahead of us here. You can see these clouds right here that are kind of moving a little more rapidly. They are getting pulled into this main cell here. I'm going to step out here and get a few pictures. I'll be right back. Hang tight, folks. All right, I think I'm going to turn around. I'm going to face back to the southwest. I like the looks of it a little more. Make sure we're safe here to turn around. I'll see if I can get a good angle on it here. Hang tight, chat. I'm gonna do a little off-roading here. Oh, nice CG. Hopefully that showed up right in the stream. Back off this line here just a bit. There we go. So again, if you're just tuning in, right here in northeast Kansas, Doniphan County, just on the outskirts of Elwood, Kansas. I'm going to snag some more photos here. You can see the rain bands out just ahead here, dropping down there. do have a little bit of a lowering under this cloud base. Not so much that I would actually refer to that as a very established wall cloud, but there is a little bit of that lowering underneath the cloud base there. So we do have a little bit of inflow. So I don't know if you can see this, chat, but we do have a little bit of inflow right there pulling into this storm. We'll just kind of keep an eye on this, but there is a little bit of inflow right there. Kind of got a little bit of our horseshoe right there. Just keeping an eye on this area right there. Anybody got a copy?
Yeah, I do. What's up?
I didn't know if you guys could see my stream. Pretty decent cells up here. I've got a good one I'm sitting on right now off to the southwest of me. I don't know if it was trying to establish a wall cloud or what, but it did get a little bit of inflow pulling into it.
Yeah, I watched it a little bit. I haven't watched too much. I'm out doing driving lessons with my 16-year-old right now, so I'll check in a little bit.
Copy that. That's always an adventure. Have fun.
Pray for me.
Noted and will do. Yeah, hopefully you guys are having a good night. These are pretty nice little storms. I mean, it's not anything super impressive or super extreme, but look like I have another cell that's trying to converge into this one. Got a half-inch hail on it. Looks like it's gonna come up out of southern Buchanan County. Looks like it's off to my looks like I have a little bit of a cell merger happening. A cell coming out of Buchanan County, Missouri, moving off to the kind of northwest, and of course these cells are trekking to the northeast. This is starting to look a little messy here. rain's probably kind of washing this one out. Alright, we'll go down, we'll get turned around a little bit here, kind of move. Nope, got a fly in here. It's like that old saying, shoot fly, don't bother me. Alright, we'll come up here, we'll get a turnaround. We'll kind of come back. If you guys are enjoying the content that I'm giving you tonight, as some of you may know, some of you may not know, storm chasing is an expensive passion. Myself, I'm not sponsored, so all my expenses come out of my pocket personally. I don't get paid to do this. I have a full-time job. So if you enjoy the content that I give you, information that I provide, and you want to support me, support my stream, support my channel, you can always do so via Venmo or PayPal. All donations are greatly appreciated. They go towards the expenses of fuel, equipment upgrades and upkeep, vehicle maintenance, things like that make it all possible to be able to bring these live streams to you guys to help keep you weather aware, keep you informed. If you'd like to donate and support, you can do so via my links that are going to pop up here in the middle of the stream here at the top of the screen. Like I said, it's not required, not expected, anything like that. Just greatly appreciated. Any and all support, greatly appreciated. Looks like we're going to get into good heavy rain. I think we get the cell merger here. The cell that was moving off to the northeast, and then we had one that kind of came up from the south, trekked a little southeast and merged with this. So we're going to get some heavy rain here between these two cells. But like I said, anything helps, you know, $1, $2, $5, whatever. It all goes towards expenses, gas, even if it's just to buy a cup of coffee. It's all appreciated and it helps so much. So I thank each and every one of you for your continued support, and hopefully you enjoy the content that we're getting. I think we moved at the right time. It's pretty significant rainfall there. We're going to come into Elwood here. Somebody on a little moped or bike here in the rain. Back behind me, there's just a wall of rain coming this way. Guess I picked a move at the right time there. Like I said, if you're following along and you're in the chat, don't be afraid to say hi. Tell me where you're watching from. Always enjoy chatting with people. Excuse me. Currently passing through Elwood, Kansas right now. And we got some skateboarder and a scooter coming down the roadway, headed towards the rain. We're going to get down here and kind of pull off. We'll take a look at radar. Just take a look and see what might else be coming this way, or coming in the area here. Kind of game plan. I wasn't expecting too much tonight, to be quite honest. I did see just some cells were starting to pop, so I thought I'd come out for a little bit. If nothing else, just get some storm photos. I like taking pictures of it. Like I said last night, it's not always about the tornadoes or all that stuff for me. I enjoy nature in its raw beauty, its raw fury. To me, sometimes just storms in themselves is enough for me. We'll sit here a moment. Let me take a look at radar, see what we got moving. We do continue to have some cells that are firing, still from the Manhattan, Kansas, Junction City area. So those potentially make their way up here as well. We may just end up with quite a bit of rain here. There's a couple cells out by Holton, Kansas. They're moving about 20 miles per hour. Nothing under the severe thunderstorm warning or anything like that. But definitely oh, there we go. Sorry about that. The camera dropped out there for a moment. But I think these are mainly just going to be rain producers. I know areas of northwest Missouri do have some flash flood or flood warnings, I guess. Some of the small rivers there in northwest Missouri. I think for the most part we're going to have a little bit of rain push through here as it moves. There's a little bit of half-inch hail mixed in this. We may get a little bit of hail here in a moment. but I think for the most part we're just going to be catching some rain. This is right at the Kansas-Missouri line. I'm on the east edge of Elwood right now. But some heavy rain coming into St. Joseph, Missouri, and up around Savannah, Missouri. A little bit of hail. This is going to push off kind of to the northeast. Kind of slow moving, 16 miles per hour. Does look like now one cell that's mixed in this is up to 3/4 of an inch hail. So we may drive a little bit, see if we encounter any of that. We just might kind of go down the main drag of town here, or Elwood here, this Roseport Road. Used to be Old 36. We'll see if we encounter any of that hail. Pretty good coming down. Getting a little bit of signal drop here just due to the heavy rain. Definitely heavy rainfall here. See, we might turn down our frame here a little bit. Just tuning in with me here in Jonathan County, Kansas. We're crossing through Elwood here. Heavy rainfall, ponding on the roadways. It's come from a cell merger that just happened here. 2 separate cells, and boy, do we have the rain coming down. Heavy rainfall here in Donovan County, Kansas, also Buchanan County, Missouri. Oh. Did encounter a little bit of hail with this. Just kind of got a slow moving cell right over top of us. Moving about 60 miles per hour. Back to half-inch hail. It does have a Meso of 2 on it. Just kind of got a few different little cell mergers happening right over Buchanan County, Donovan County, right here on the state line, kind of the corner there. But not really anywhere to go right at the moment with the rainfall. Just keep in mind that there is ponding on the roadways. So if you are out and about and driving, take your time. Try to watch for any hydroplaning, anything like that. Definitely want to arrive to your destination safely. Of course, remember though, the old coin phrase of turn around, don't drown. Mainly roadways, just keep in mind the heavy rainfall, the ponding. You want to be as safe as you possibly can. Starting to lighten up just a little bit. Hopefully this cell is kind of getting beyond us here. Definitely some rain or some lightning mixed into it. Did get a little bit of hail, but wasn't at a point where I could actually collect any pieces to show you on the stream, but did hear it hitting the car as I was driving along here. There's really not much back beyond this. So once this moves through, there are some cells that are out by Sabetha, Seneca, Kansas, Holton, Kansas, out to the west. None of those have any severe thunderstorm warnings or watch on them. When I get home this evening here, I don't anticipate being out a whole lot longer. Just a lot of messy convection, basically with this. These are just heavy rain producers. Some lightning. See here on the radar, let me bring it up a little bit closer here. This is kind of what we're looking at right here. Some lightning, heavy rainfall. Like I said, there are cells populating over here by Holton, Kansas. Looks like another dead mass here that's going to roll right up towards Falls City, Nebraska. So just expect some continued rainfall coming through the Falls City, Nebraska area, kind of that southeast corner of Nebraska. Seneca, Kansas, Hiawatha, all you guys are going to expect a little more rain. Horton. We do have a little itty bitty cell trying to pop here down by Atchison, Kansas, trekking its way up towards the corner of Doniphan County here, St. Joseph. Whether that'll hold any strength or not remains to be seen. Temperatures dipped down quite a bit, so we're down to we're actually down to like 75 degrees. Fix that radar here. Radar view, kind of get back centered over our screen there. Stop and refresh here. Now that cell, got a cell marker on that one out of Atchison now. Move about 22 miles per hour. I think for the most part, we're just going to have continued heavy rainfall until these slow-moving cells move on. We do have a little bit of hooking back, so we may have a little bit of launch on the rear here. This last model run, let's take a look at that. Right here, you see this hook around. Got a little bit of an info notch right there. Just kind of back here, kind of splitting the cell here. Kind of a little bit of inflow. I don't really think there's any rotation with these, obviously, but take a look here, see what it shows us. And it's a little slow here, folks. we're just going to continue to get repeated rainfall right over us here. These cells are kind of here, they're kind of extending out here towards the bottom, and then got a little bit of back up. So these should just keep sitting and right over us and dumping rain. That's so it do on it. This one coming up from Atchison here. Be making its way up here as well. But I think for the most part, we're just going to see heavy rainfall for a little bit. Other than that, we're not really going to see much else. Take a little bit of drive back up the road here. But as you can see, significant rainfall here. Definitely some ponding on the roadways. A little bit of wind mixed in with it. These rain showers are probably going to hang around just for a little bit. These storms are slow movers. Other than that, they're containing maybe a little bit of hail. Definitely hail under an inch. Nothing more significant than that. I think I'd only see 3/4 inch hail one time there in this mess. Other than that, it's been more like pea-size, half inch. A little bit more frequent lightning here. I think for the most part, this is what the remainder of the evening is going to be like. Just heavy rainfall. Let's see, we did get, looks like a, so we did get a mesoscale precipitation discussion put out. This does pertain to flash flooding as possible. Which makes sense with what we're experiencing right now. Does say scattered showers, thunderstorms moving from northeast Kansas into northern Missouri have the potential for rainfall rates 1 to 2 inches per hour. These storms are moving into an area that experienced heavy rainfall earlier today. Could spawn isolated incidents of flash flooding. Namely, this is going to be the northwest Missouri area. Some areas received upwards of over 6 inches of rainfall in the last 24 hours, and now we have more heavy rainfall coming our way. So flash flooding, I'm not surprised that they did put this out. Looks like it's going to be so yeah, especially northwest Missouri, you guys that were hit hard last night, just be aware you're going to get more heavy rainfall coming your way if it's not there already. I would say this rainfall is probably going to clear out the St. Joseph, Missouri area, this eastern edge of Doniphan County. Within the next hour, I would say this is going to clear out. And then we may have a few little minor pop-ups behind it, but for the remainder of the night, I don't see much else. Nothing in the way of severe weather for sure. Hey, Kat, how you doing? Do want to give a special shout out to Chief Meteorologist Shelton with the News Press Now Storm Tracker team, Abigail McCluskey and Peyton Counts, those guys with their Warren Ambassador with the National Weather Service. Big shout out to them for that. They just recently got that. That's pretty big honor for them, so big shout out to them for that. They've got Shelton, they've got a good team over there at News Press Now Storm Tracker team. Those guys do a wonderful job. Yeah, the cloud cover's been nice. It did bring down the temperatures quite a bit, Kat. I don't mind that one bit. When I first went out, it was still 95 degrees, and now we're down to 73 degrees where I'm at. So, yeah, I can't complain about that one bit. Looks like here before long, I'm going to get a little bit of a clearing of the rain. There is talk that we could see the chance for some severe weather. I think Thursday into possibly Friday. I'll keep an eye on the model runs for that as well. See what happens. But there's been some chatter of potential for some severe weather coming into the northeast Kansas, northwest Missouri areas going into Thursday. So we'll see how that plays out. Off to my west here, I definitely see some clearing in the rain. I think it's going to clear out here before long. St. Joe, it'll probably take you a little bit longer. I would say within the next 45 minutes, you should start to see a clearing of the rain here as it continues to push off to the northeast. And then just areas like Bethany, Missouri, Ridgeway, Kingsville, Princeton, Mercer. You guys definitely, Albany, Stanberry, you guys definitely be prepared for more heavy rain in your guys' areas. I know you guys got quite a bit of rain surprisingly early this morning, but definitely take your precautions if you're out driving around. Standing water, I know up in those areas there's a lot of tributaries, small rivers, streams like that are very common for flooding. Doesn't take much for them to flood, so you add all the heavy rainfall on that, definitely makes it worse. Just always use your precautions. Turn around, don't drown. Use caution when you got ponding water on the roadways, the risk of hydroplane and things like that. We are starting to get clearing in the rain here. Off to my west. kind of see it here on radar here. If I bring that right here, the blue dot, that's me. You can kind of see the clearing here off to the southwest of me. Like I said, St. Joe, you won't be under this too much longer. A little bit of lightning there. Yeah, Kat, the sunset might be interesting. I don't know if we'll see much of the sun the rest of the night, though, with the cloud cover. I mean, it's a little lighter to yes, but I mean, I think we got that milky sky lingering. So I don't know that there. Here we go. Kind of keeping an eye. The cell that's coming up from Atchison's kind of trekking right my direction. So might wait it out, see what it does, if anything. Other than that, most of what's happening now, weather-wise, I'll bring you down here, give you a look here. Let me back you out here some, bring you into focus. All right. So right here, like I said, that blue dot, this is St. Joe. Oh, froze. There we go. So right here, the blue dot, St. Joe, that area there, the blue dot's me. Rain's pushing out to the northeast there. Do have a little bit more rain coming up behind this. This cell here, it's kind of broke off here, moving 16. Looks like it's got 1/100th of an inch of hail in it, but it's going to be a little bit more heavy rain. So just when I thought I was out of the rain, it looks like a little more coming behind here. Keeping an eye on this one that populated down by Atchison. It's kind of trekking up this way as well. Let's see what we got here. Looks like, yeah, if I can get it to, maybe my touch is a little light here. There we go. So it's moving about 20 miles per hour, but it really doesn't have much oomph to it, other than just producing a little bit of rain. Zooming out here a little bit, you've got these cells over here. This is over towards the Holton area, Wetmore, Kansas, Horton, Hiawatha. You guys are going to get a little bit of rain showers coming your way. Then you've got this area here that kind of lost its strength. You can see it kind of blew up, tried to develop. Little part of it here is still coming towards Sabetha. My youngest daughter was supposed to have a game again today in Sabetha, and they had to call it due to the rain. So, yeah, I'm not sure when they'll get to play. Maybe tomorrow. But, yeah, the way this is losing its strength here tells me that most of the ingredients are kind of getting sucked up. You can kind of see down here, Junction City's got a little bit heavy rain. But even these cells, if you watch, they try to build and then they just fizzle out. So I think most of the fuel is kind of zapped. You just have these heavy rain producers coming up into northwest Missouri. But pretty much that's probably going to be it for tonight for this area, to be honest. Not ruling out another pop-up shower or two through the night, but for the most part, I think this is just going to be what we have. Alright, we'll bring my radar back into focus here. Back centered, there we go. Whoop. Yeah, backlit storms are pretty awesome. I got some good photos from last night, and I got some when I first came out this evening on the very first cell that I got on. I was hoping I caught the CG that was happening, the cloud to ground lightning. I hope I did. If I didn't catch it on camera, hopefully I got it on the live stream and I can do a screen grab from the live stream, because it was impressive. It was coming down left and right. So hopefully I caught that. If not, it's really, really going to suck from a catch perspective, I guess you could say. It's really going to suck because it was amazing looking. But I did get some good photos. I'm probably this evening here when I get home, I'm going to try to get those pulled. And I'll try to get them posted up. Still need to pull the photos from last night where I had the double rainbow. That was amazing to see. So I'm probably gonna get ready to call it here, probably within the next 10 minutes here. Like I said, I don't see much. May start venturing back west. Excuse me. But I think mainly we're just going to continue to see rain. So be sure to go to my Facebook page, Storm Chaser Jeff Smith. Be sure you're following that page, liking it, following it. That's where you're going to get updates, everything going on Northwest Missouri, Northeast Kansas, even Southeast Nebraska, and Southwest Iowa. Those are the primary areas that I chase in. Trying to keep you weather aware, weather informed. You can also find me on Instagram at JDWX, and then obviously YouTube here, Storm Chaser Jeff Smith. On Facebook, you would do me the biggest favor in the world, and I would be so grateful if you go to those 3 lines or 3 dots, however it looks on your end. Click on that. You'll find that little tab that says invite friends. Go to your Facebook, click that link, invite all your family and friends that you can invite. I would greatly appreciate it. Especially if you have family and friends that live in the areas, like I said, Northeast Kansas, Northwest Missouri, Southeast Nebraska, and Southwest Iowa. Those are the areas that I tend to cover, so I would be grateful if you shared that. This is probably the cell coming up behind here, so get a little bit more rain here, but I think I'm going to go ahead. We'll call it. Like I said, I think the rain is going to be pretty much it for this evening. So those of you that did take the time to tune in, I appreciate it. Wasn't much notice on this. Kind of impromptu, kind of, I guess, you knee-jerk chase. Just wanted to see what the little pop-ups had in them. I think the most impressive structure was at the very beginning, when I got on the cell out just to the east of Troy, Kansas, or I guess kind of in the Blair, Kansas area. Then tracked that back between Elwyn and Washington and kind of sat on that. But that was the most, I guess, impressive or photogenic per se. I'll try to get those pictures pulled. Like I said, fingers crossed, get some of that CG lightning because it was impressive. Other than that, I appreciate you guys tuning in. I appreciate all the love and support that you show every time that I come on. Tell your friends and family about me. Get them to like and follow my page. Like I said, especially if they're in these areas. But other than that, continue to stay weather aware. Y'all be safe, and until next time, we'll be back at it soon. So just stay tuned into social media, and we'll definitely keep you informed when we go live again. So take care, everybody. Have a good, wonderful rest of your Tuesday evening. And just, if you're out traveling, be mindful of the roads and the standing water, the ponding water, and always remember, turn around, don't drown. Even if you have a four-wheel drive or a high-scent vehicle, it doesn't take much, so take care. Look, we froze. Look, we froze. We're back. Kind of froze there for a minute, so I think we're back. So get a little laggy because of the rain. I'm going to go ahead and call it. Y'all have a safe night, and until next time.